What did you say your name was again?
I didn't.
No, I guess you didn't at that, did you? Welcome back to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest,
Home of the Golden Bucket.
a weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, ex-movie theater projectionists, new and old friends take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question, should or shouldn't you watch this? I want to extend a warm cinephile welcome to the OGs of Should You Watch This, Noble Gas Tribe and Brain Rapperines. Welcome to hell, gentlemen.
Woo!
That was your original nicknames. I like bringing them out every now and again. It's fun.
Just had to get rid of all this film equipment in Miami, and it took like 12 hours over one day. It was insane.
Jeez. All right. Last week we did a trailer that was a fan-made trailer because
awesome.
There just isn't very good. There's just not a lot of dialogue
in a world where it's a frontier town.
Yeah, the 80s and 90s had great trailers. 70s, not so much. But here is another fan-made trailer for High Plains Drifter from 1973.
About time this town had a new sheriff.
You're a man who makes people afraid, and that's dangerous.
It makes it seem so different.
Whenever they put this like unlicensed, just like open source
He's got fear in people.
music,
Like him?
It's funny how much higher his voice sounds.
What did you say your name was again?
I didn't.
just
How do you like that?
give me
chair?
some, free, what's the word for it? Public domain music.
Yep.
Put it behind my little editing project for school.
Thanks, fans. Thanks, fans, for those trailers. They helped us out a ton. Let's jump right into popcorn trivia.
Let me tell you something, pendejo.
All right, I don't have a lot of anything, really, because there wasn't a ton of stuff, but I cherry-picked a couple of things.
All right.
I only have one trivia point, but here it is. Whilst barbers did indeed provide a bathing service in the Wild West days, most people preferred to have a basin sponge bath in the morning at home or in a hotel room.
See, now that makes more sense.
Yes.
Is it being very public
Well-
like that is like, it's like, what is this? Some like Roman bathhouse?
In a bigger town, but this is a small mining town where they're like hoping.
Even so, I feel like the notion of, the reason it isn't is because it's important for the plot that it isn't.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a small unincorporated.
it
place.
allows
I
a
could
scene
see one
it
guy.
allows like an exchange to happen that wouldn't be able to otherwise. Because
Well, we're in spoiler zone, so it's all good.
yeah,
Would he have killed by the gunshots from the lady that was...
no, probably not because she didn't know how to shoot.
I mean,
was
she
all like-
shot the water twice.
She was all like,
all over the place.
she was all.
There's no way
I mean, maybe
not
she could
hit him, man.
It could graze him or fly by. I mean, he's that cool that he doesn't react when he slides back up out of that water.
Ruined his cigar.
Luckily, he just went to the store and got a whole handful of it.
Yeah, he stole.
Which is one of the best elements of the exploitation of the entire town, to just do whatever the hell he wants the entire time.
It's very funny.
It's really great. At first, it's like, anything, and then I thought, okay, he's just going to get a couple of things, and then no, it just keeps
like-
going.
it's
It starts with candy for the Native Americans, then it ends with just robbing them of the entire town and it burning down.
Correct. Yeah. It's really, really kind of humorous. Let's get into popcorn beefs. Popcorn beefs.
Where's the beef? Hey, where's the beef?
Brain Rapperines brought this up while we were watching the film, but shortly after this movie's release, Clint Eastwood wrote to the venerable John Wayne, suggesting that they make a Western together. Wayne sent back an angry letter in reply in which he denounced this movie for its violence and revisionist portrayal of the Old West. Eastwood did not bother to answer his criticisms, and consequently, they did not work together.
Yeah, whatever.
But at the same time,
John Wayne sucks. I don't care.
Yeah, those egos would have been so massive at the time that there's no way they would have worked together. They wouldn't have been able to share screen time because
And
it would have angered.
John Wayne sucks.
And John Wayne is just an idiot.
John Wayne
Still
sucks.
alive.
And it's funny that he would be upset about that, considering like what like an insane reactionary he was.
How racist
Like
John Wayne was.
Yeah, John Wayne is like making like a movie during the Vietnam War about what a great idea the Vietnam War is. It's just
He was pro-American no matter what.
Yeah, it's
or you
just,
can go to hell.
there's like all these like interviews with him where you're like, oof, he's got some beliefs, not quite up to date, but
Yeah, I think you're right. The biggest problem, other than all the things you just mentioned, are that they would just butt heads.
yeah, no, it's like I don't feel like. I mean, I get what he was trying to do. He's like, it'll be like a generational thing, like
It'll be the ultimate Western at the
in
time.
theory could be fun, but not with John Wayne.
Nah, it'd be too painful.
Yeah, it would be.
I guess my beef is with John Wayne. Like, what? I mean, yeah, it is violent and it's a different movie, but
Kind of where there's no real like clear winner because John Wayne is very much these are the bad
it's like,
guys, these are the good
he
guys.
Never,
This is horribly ambiguously gray where the whole town's left scarred by the end of it. Everyone that's still alive anyways.
I mean, I don't want to rush us, but I think I need to get into popcorn puzzles so that we can
There are
just
many
start
a puzzle.
talking. Okay.
Let's go for it. Sorry, I'm jumping categories.
No, I like it, and that's why I agree with you. So here,
Deeply layered film.
popcorn puzzles.
A sphincter says what? What? A sphincter says what? What? Exactly.
Gonna have three dudes discuss and decide what constitutes sexual assault.
So yeah, we will not be talking about sexual assault because that's not how we can't.
We all agree it's bad.
Yeah, it's
we
bad.
go.
Don't do it ever.
A product of its time that was
Yeah.
very uncomfortable scenes.
The characters in this movie shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, don't. It's not. We here at Should You Watch This, we do not condone sexual assault. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. The puzzles that I have are okay. Let me read this and then let's talk about it. If the stranger, who's played by Clint Eastwood, is the ghost of the murdered sheriff killed by the three villains using
Marshal.
bullwhips. Oh yeah, he's a marshal.
Marshall.
Yeah, get it right.
Makes him a fed.
The title may confirm this. Heaven is often described as a higher plane, and a drifter from that higher plane would be a ghost. Otherwise, the film's title is just descriptive of the stranger from nowhere in particular.
Which a lot of cowboys were.
I mean, he could have been I like it more that he's just kind of like a vengeful spirit or some sort of like punishment demon.
I like he's coming back to rub salt in the wound of the already like damaged town, which I love because they're basically blind to just how evil they've gotten or their good intentions, trying to persuade themselves, and then Clint just shows them how like weak and pathetic they really are, trying to hide behind their illusions.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I mean, it's pretty apparent at the end when the new sheriff,
Yeah, that's right. The new sheriff mayor
is carving out the tombstone of the marshal,
Former marshal.
and he says, "You know my name."
Yeah.
Like I feel like he
says
a confirmation that he
says,
is the ghost.
He says, I never asked you who you are. And he says, I never, you already know.
Yeah,
It
he's
could
like,
be.
"You already know my name."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is that a puzzle solved, or is
I
it
don't know.
still?
I like to think that name could be Satan or God. But then again, I don't think God would do the sexual assault stuff. So more likely Satan.
It's yeah.
But then
Let's
they-
keep
But
it
like Satan is like a
You leave it-
instrument of the Lord to punish the wicked,
like a disease.
Yeah, he's like a horseman of the
plague.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been better had there been 4 villains.
Yeah.
Because then it would have been the 4 horsemen
Yeah.
of
Right,
the apocalypse. Yeah. I dug deeper because I was much curious about this subject. During an interview on Inside the Actors Studio in 1994, Clint commented that earlier versions of the script made the stranger the dead marshal's brother. He favored a less explicit and more supernatural interpretation.
Yeah, I like
the reference.
I like the supernatural reference. Like
I kind of
where
do too.
Where it's not obvious that it is. It's not like
In a way, it is
blatant, but you're just kind of like it gives you kind of like a myth like vibe to it, where you're just like, yeah,
It is apocalyptic though, because there is 4 horsemen with Clint.
oh, it absolutely is.
With the 3, it leads to the whole downfall of town because they need one to fight the other 3, but all 4 of them together wind up just.
I mean, it very much does
town.
have that like structure to it of like a cleansing, like fiery, like fire and brimstone.
You either die. Or
I mean, they
leave the
literally
town.
paint the entire
yeah,
town
it's
red.
like he calls it hell. Like it's
literally painting your wagon red.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it's like, I know people use subtext, all cowards, it's.
It is interesting. You even brought it up,
Biblical subtext.
Yeah.
Cole, about the gold ingots and how, like, that was a red herring for they reveal later as the government cover-up.
That was, it was them. They made that up to railroad the guys who, they're co-conspirators.
I guess it's not a government cover-up. It's the town covering up.
It's a municipal cover-up.
Yeah, municipal cover-up, yeah.
Old school Eddington.
They're trying to keep those feds out of their business.
I dug even deeper. In an episode of A&E's biography, Clint Eastwood stated that his character of the stranger in this film was not the ghost of the marshal who was killed before the film's opening, but was in fact the marshal's brother. So he said two different things, Clint.
This is like Ridley Scott just throwing it out there because he doesn't care.
Who cares? I mean, I think it's good that it's leave it unsaid. It's like, who knows?
That's the thing. If you make it supernatural, then everybody's doomed. There's no...
It's weird.
There's no suspense.
I like the suggestion, but I rarely like it when something goes full supernatural, like in most cases.
Well, because then there's no suspense.
Yeah,
they're not going to die or they're not going to get killed.
I like the suggestion, though, where it's like, it's like the mythical West.
I've seen interviews with Tarantino where he says the whole thing of what's inside the case.
The MacGuffin,
like, I'm not going to tell you. Or I saw another interview with him recently about what does Reservoir Dogs mean? And he's like, I'm not going to tell you. I know what it means, but I love that I've heard like 30 different reasons why I myself named it this. And I like that. He's like, they're bringing that artistic.
I have no idea what the name Reservoir Dogs means.
I don't either.
That's the thing. It's seeing how other people interpret your art. Like it's
like, and I feel like
which can go a different way.
I wasn't really bothered by what was in the case in Pulp Fiction either.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, but that's how you know the story's good. If you're not, you're focused on everything else because the glue of it's holding it all together.
And he's right. If you tell someone I'm a replicant, then it's over.
Yeah.
Like the mystery is over. Then you know who shot
JFK. Then there goes the mystery.
Yeah. So that's a puzzle, but I'm okay. This is where I'm okay with puzzles. It's fine.
Yeah. I think the ambiguity is good.
I like it.
It brings you back to it.
I think it makes it better than it would be otherwise. If it were just a simple, like, it's his brother out for revenge, it's like, well, I've seen that.
It's like the thing. It's like the thing. Is one of them actually the alien at the end?
Yeah.
They both is both of them wrong and they're just in a standoff for no reason? Or like, what's going to happen here?
Here's a puzzle. Do we need the whip scene many, many times? We see it many times. Is that necessary?
Yeah, because every time you're seeing it from a different perspective.
It's more Christian imagery, I think.
Hey, no, that could be true too. I didn't think about that. They sacrificed Christ and now the whole town's going to burn for it. The Romans show up. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Well, and true to that, the second time they show the whip scene, the preachers, they focus on him quite a bit at the end where he didn't do anything.
No, none of them did. It was all that they were all guilty.
That was part of the problem. The whip scenes are long because it tries to show it from so many people's perspective to show that they're all guilty. Like everyone had a hand. And
again, it's got like an allegorical, like parable, like structure to it that I really like. Like it's
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, the whole do I intervene when some horrible thing's happening?
And a lot of them are like, we have a vested interest in not intervening, actually.
That's true.
We actually may be like directly participant in it.
Wow. Any other puzzles from you guys?
Other than how many people do you need to run a mine? Felt like there wasn't enough people to do
Not
that.
enough people.
It's like
town needs to be bigger. Maybe it was just starting. But they already had profits and stuff coming.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess that could be like an early claim, like where you need the profits to expand, maybe. And they just had the claim and had built the town based on that. Because I guess that would make sense because
you find one nugget and all of a sudden people would start being attracted to
it. For
the
where it is being on like government property being like an important plot point, I feel like that'd have to be pretty early on.
Well, it's only, they find it and then a year goes by that the three were in jail. So it doesn't seem like they've been there probably like less than 2 years.
That's another puzzle. Like they got put in jail for killing the marshal?
Yeah.
Well, no, they got put in jail for it was for killing the marshal, but like their motivation for doing it was the lie of them having stolen a gold ingot.
That's right. They went to jail.
So they were railroaded by the town.
Yeah, the town set them up to take the fall by lying.
Even though the town themselves, it seemed pretty clear, had hired them to take care of the marshal.
They didn't think too far ahead when you look at the plot.
Yeah. So they hired him to get rid of the marshal subvertly. And they didn't know that was what was going on, and then they wanted him out anyway. right?
No, it's like they hired the gang of people, like
The three villains.
They found a gold.
they hired them to kill the marshal because the marshal was going to rat out to the feds that the gold was theirs.
And the mining camp was on military.
And then after that happened, they set them up for like this theft thing. But when that happened, so that they could get rid of them. But when that happened, the criminal bandits couldn't say, well, no, actually, because we were part of this criminal conspiracy with you. Because that's what they say is like, we would have all hanged.
Yeah, one hangs or we all hang.
Yeah.
So that's what was in
so everyone,
they were the scapegoat.
So everyone shut up and then, like.
They were going to blow open that.
And I think it was ambiguous that they'd killed the marshal too. Or, like they didn't know that it was, like they didn't say it was them, didn't they?
No, that showed them.
Well, I know it showed them, but like didn't like the one like townsperson, the former sheriff, being like, "Oh, I don't know." He just kind of, it wasn't very clear. They weren't.
Well, no, they were trying to hide it from him. Like they were still lying about what had happened. But I'm pretty sure they.
But I don't think that the gang went to jail for the murder of the marshal necessarily.
That's why they set him up for the gold.
Yeah, they went to jail for like that. Yeah, like that botched robbery, like
that's
fake robbery that didn't happen, even though what they had really done was murdered the marshal. Yeah,
and then they hid the gold in that footlocker that he had the combination to.
Yeah,
they were coming.
Well, yeah, and I think that was also just like gold from the mine.
See, that's why you guys are on the show. We solve a lot of puzzles.
It's complicated, but I feel like you don't even need to know the details.
You don't really.
No, it just comes slowly at you.
Because you know enough that you're like, oh, these people are
despicable.
Yeah, these people are. Yeah, there is no one good in this, really.
Except the one lady that gets out at the end is the only one.
She's
being somewhat normal.
Yeah,
I would say she has some redemption.
Well, yeah.
She's definitely complicit, and then she realized.
Well, she didn't want. Well, that was the thing. Is she tried to stop it.
Yeah, no, she hated
the one who gets
from the
pushed
beginning.
back in by her husband.
She did, but she let it go for a bit, and she's like, I can't let this happen.
Yeah.
But she had nowhere to go until it was too much. So she gets out of hell, basically.
But you're right. She was tolerant of her.
She needed the stranger's sexual counter.
The sexual energy of Clint Eastwood to motivate her.
His smoldering look burned off the shackles that were holding her in place.
Oh, that's so
the
funny.
smoldering intensity of love.
She's just like, I'm out.
I mean, I guess my other one was like, is the blonde woman a prostitute or not? It was not clear.
Yeah, he says that.
She was?
Yeah,
she does?
She was like...
Oh, they do?
Well, I know that
Stacy,
she'd had a relationship with the bandit guy, but...
But he's like, you think I can't find another woman like you in a whorehouse? Like, he says something.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that doesn't mean that was her, like, trade. It just seems that she was maybe a loose woman on a frontier town.
I guess you're supposed to imply it. That was my assumption anyways.
Here's another puzzle. This says a lot, I guess, but why are there so many people staying at the hotel? They're just hanging out. There's 8 guests
passing through.
Well, but at the time, people stayed for
it might have been a stagecoach stop.
I don't know.
The West was perilous before the mountain pass.
You know, it's in the name. The coaches are in stages. So if the stage ends at like a town at night, you got to stay there.
A puzzle that doesn't need to be solved, but I brought it up anyway.
Interesting point.
Any other puzzles before we get into redemption?
I mean, I think it serves a great point because it kind of it's another instance of pointing out the priest's hypocrisy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where you're like, yeah, man, out of the cloth.
And I love his line where he's like, listen, everybody, I'm sorry we put you out on the street. We're going to put you in our home to take care of you.
A great bit.
But that was...
But you're going to have to pay normal rates.
Normal hotel rates. Yep. 100%.
I love it.
Again, it's one of those details of like, the town not caring about the one blonde woman complaining about the stranger assaulting her. And they're like, well, no, hold on now. Don't be...
Let's not be hysterical.
Yeah, let's not be hysterical.
I love how they had to give something to make the priest look guilty. And so then they just tag it on there like, well, we'll just charge you again. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of hints like throughout of like,
everybody's just
people are scum, like yelling at like the Native American customers in the shop.
It makes sense why the barber was nervous all the time or jumpy because he's sitting there watching them whip him to death. And so now he's all like shell shocked and like wanting to have.
I mean, they're just all coward. Well, they're all cowardly people too. Like that's emphasized as well. Like that. They don't have the strength of the evil that they do. Like
as the reviews say, the men have no balls.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Dude, let's get into redemption. I think that's a good segue because
I think the church bell was just Clint's balls banging together walking into town because of how manly he was.
I loved. Oh, here, let's do redemption.
I have exorcised the demon.
I love the barber. He's such a fun character with this weird comb over.
Yeah, he looks terrible.
He's so shaky.
Like Crispin Glover's dad.
The way he talks, it's just really funny.
I mean, she doesn't slit anybody's throat.
I have a mystery,
to
though.
shave him.
Not to break sequence.
Why
did they paint the town red other than the obvious reason?
Just the
What's the obvious reason?
Well, I mean,
like hell?
Kind of a metaphor for like their debauchery and evil.
This is what I think.
I think it was just trying to intimidate him or confuse him.
Yeah, that's probably a reason. But I think, and should have been in puzzles, sir.
You moved on so quickly.
I know. The thing, I thought we had let it breathe quite a bit. But anyway, I think it was another way that the stranger could just screw over the town.
That is another thing that is like him just kind of making the monkey dance kind of a deal.
Exactly.
It's like maybe that is it.
Now your town is basically ruined other than...
He wants those three, but he doesn't care what happens to anybody else.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I never thought about that. He'd literally open the gates of hell, but it's in reverse.
Yeah, that's really funny. I surprisingly like this movie. I didn't think I would, but...
Why not?
I don't know.
Just too old. And
cheesy westerns.
Coal pick.
Yeah, well,
Being a coal pick is probably the biggest thing.
No, it's a coin flip with me. I'll own that.
I mean, that's why we have Popcorn Redemption, because of Cole's picks.
Many of them, and you're just like shaking your head. You're like, Cole.
What? I mean, there's a few lost episodes where
this is what happens when I have trouble deciding things.
But I liked it. I actually like 70s movies.
Yeah,
a lot.
It does have the 70s vibe to it. It's not a blockbuster.
He was
not
perfect at
trying to
westerns.
be a blockbuster either.
Correct.
It's having kind of that lackadaisical like pacing to it where it's slow. It takes its time. It's not that long though. It's only an hour and 45 minutes.
But you can tell Clint was having fun the whole time.
Yeah.
Just like, screw it, I'll just go with this.
And there's like that artistic like interpretation element to the story. The way you take a few pieces out and then you're like, well, I don't know what's happening. Maybe you can think about it.
Yeah. I love all the... I mean, I if I lived in the 70s, I probably would know some of the actors, but...
Yeah, so many great character actors.
Character actors are just
everybody in the background.
unbelievable.
Pretty much only like Clint is the recognizable guy. Everyone else is just kind of like, you could see them anywhere.
Yeah.
Bloom.
I think Robert Mitchum is in this, and I can't remember who he is or which character he plays, but other
he was
than that,
one of the goons at the beginning, because I thought the same thing too. I was like,
that's
looks
the only
really
person that I
familiar.
recognize even his name.
But I mean, maybe that kept the price of the production down.
Yeah, it was only $5 million, and it only made 16. So,
Yeah.
But that's $1973, which is pretty good haul.
But I mean, it's like, I don't know, Clint Eastwood's probably like, yeah, we just need some actors who do like a line read when I film them twice, and then we call it good.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes me wonder just how lazy it was. The fact that they filmed it in order is just kind of like, no, just tape it to the end of the reel. It's like, we're not even going to edit it.
Yeah, just edit it right here, put it on, and we'll keep going. I liked the weird music. I like the tension of that weird, like,
he's really good at building suspense
sound
when he needs to. It just slowly builds before each kind of like crazy scene. It just starts over again, but he really builds the tension of it.
I like the gunshots of the 70s.
Yeah.
Every bullet ricochets. I love
really
it.
I mean,
cool.
they do have squibs, but it's the color of the blood is very funny.
It's like candle wax poured
It's
on their
very
back.
bright.
That's exactly right.
And it also
Wax.
doesn't dry in the way that blood does. Like
dark.
Yeah, it's like, because like when he's following that blood trail, we're like, is that paint?
Yeah.
I was like genuinely confused until like we saw like later.
That's part of why I love Halloween, is how cheesy it is with all that fake blood everywhere that just looks like they stabbed a paint can.
It's like, I mean, maybe, I don't even know. You'd have to
Compared
look
to
at other
the-
examples from like
the realistic gore of today.
the decade to see, but yeah, it's like, man, it got the message across. You knew what it was sometimes until they were using actual paint to paint things. Then you were confused. But
I think the best blood in this movie was the last shot of the last guy with the gunshots going through his back, and there was blood on his back. That's the only one that looked good. The rest of them are...
Well, the rest of them are in broad daylight. They're exposed.
Very bright, acrylic looking. Like, yeah, it's...
Let me just drip this hot paint on you.
The technology was not there yet.
Yeah. And another redemption too for me is the fact that Clint had the balls. That's a theme here in this episode. The balls to like create a whole town and build it instead of doing it on a lot. Like
he made it.
cool.
He made a play and just went with it out in the open.
Portraying himself as a rapist. That's kind of is that a ballsy move?
Let's leave that one behind in redemption.
I mean, it's
The most evil survive out west.
I would say that's a mystery too. I mean, I guess you want to portray someone not necessarily favorably. It's a fast way to do it, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, he really is trying to take revenge.
But yeah, like the woman reviewer who like I don't think it sounded like she didn't finish it, but she was clearly caught off guard by it and offended by it immediately. And it happens early too.
Yeah, like the first 10, 15
Not
minutes.
really much has happened before you see that, and you're like, "Excuse me." It's like,
but it sets the pace for the rest of the.
I mean, again, you look at like the last
expect.
duel. There's like a setup for like kind of the sexual assault, like tension. That's like
that slowly builds
the basis of that movie and the duel at the end. But
yeah, that movie, it's all about the assault.
Yeah. But
Clint is just like
it's kind of like it's like I feel like you could have shown him to be. Because, I mean, maybe it's just because killing people in Westerns is like, oh, that's a normal thing.
Yeah.
It's just what guys do.
It's just we have an argument, we're shooting people.
That's
they're like, we need to make it a little more clear that he's really unsavory. I don't know.
I mean, suffice it to say that husband finished that movie by himself.
Yeah. Or didn't finish it at all.
Or maybe not. You're turning this off.
Yes.
I am absolved of all guilt because Cole picked it. So
that's right.
Not my pick. Yeah, I didn't do it. Cole's the culprit.
History can be painful.
Any other redemption before we get to our rating? Anything else you liked that you want to talk about before we close?
Nah, not that I can think of.
I'm going to give my rating first.
Another thing. I liked his facial hair throughout the whole movie. Thought it was immaculate. It's like, I don't know how he styled it, but it's perfect.
Straight rating the heck out of it.
His upper lip is a little thin. He could have had a better stash.
Well, I thought that was intentional. I thought that was the style. It seemed like this was like thin, and then he had kind of like
it came down
a little bit like
down.
around. Like I thought it had a good look to it. Made him look grizzled.
I really thought he was going to actually get a shave.
He never does.
He never got a shave. Yeah,
it's very funny that they just like, well, we interrupted it, so it can't. It's like, well, now I can't.
But he did get a bath. Yep. He got some good alcohol. He got some good cooking.
He got
some home cooking.
A gross bath. That water was great.
Man, that fried chicken looked good too.
Oh man, I want some fried chicken.
Yeah, me too,
dude. And that freaking feast that they made, all the baby back ribs
that just got thrown in the air.
Very funny.
Oh man.
You know, I actually thought that they would actually be able to defend themselves, and then it would have had a very different meaning.
Yeah, but I mean, the end was totally unexpected.
But then again, I feel like they are set up throughout. Like they are cowards. They have no skills. They are bad people who don't deserve to defend themselves.
It's their punishment for staying alive.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they are being punished like they can't defend themselves because they know what they've done.
I think the one lady, we talked about redemption. The one lady got redemption. And also the short little person guy,
sheriff man.
Yeah, he
got redemption. He killed the guy.
He did killed like the last remaining conspirator, and I feel like earned his badge. Yeah,
he did.
Maybe he's going to be mayor of hell now.
Yeah,
because they're not changing their name back to Lago, right?
Sheriff Mayor of Hell. So. It's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be a sick town to.
Yeah,
once you repair all the burned buildings.
Yeah, I think they should. Personally, if I were like a councilman of this town, I would say let's keep this town red. This is a destination.
This is a story. It's the world's first tourist trap.
If you come here, this is what's going to happen to you.
You're staying in the red town.
You're in the red town. Yeah. All right, my rating. This is a hard one because I was going to go straight to medium bucket, but I think it's a large. I think it's a large bucket. Granted, you have to be okay with the things we already discussed, but I still think it's a medium bucket. No wonder it did well at the box office.
It's an honestly eye-opening Western.
Way more interesting than a lot of the Westerns from its time.
The story,
a lot of Clint Eastwood Westerns.
Correct.
Because it's a totally different story.
Because the story is like it's subverting expectations. It's doing interesting stuff. It's the 70s.
Everybody's the bad guy.
You can't really compare it to stuff we have now.
Yeah, that's why
So
I think it is a large bucket for me, because it's such a unique story and different way to take a Western.
Because it's like, it's not one of those things where it's like, you have to see this. This will change your life. It's like, no, it's like, but it is interesting.
It's interesting.
definitely
It is
makes you think.
entertaining.
It stands out amongst all the like traditional Western garbage.
Yeah, it's like, so I mean,
It's Indians.
I would say it's certainly like, I think, I don't know, a cornerstone in the Clint catalog for sure. Of him.
Why did you pick it, Cole?
Just because of a meme I saw online. I didn't realize
This posted the
meme?
plot, and I didn't read it.
I didn't
hadn't
realize
seen it.
I didn't realize this movie or Pale Rider existed, and somebody was joking about how not only his Clint starred as a ghostly Western or gunfighter, but it happened twice, and he made like they both became huge grossing movies, and it's like, how weird is that?
Like, I saw
One
Pale
guy-
Rider when I was like 18. I didn't really like it, but it is similar because it does have the suggestion of supernatural.
That he's a ghost?
Yeah,
That he-
Are you kidding? It's another.
It's
but
kind
he's-
of in the same vein as this.
he's an angel of good rather than an angel
yeah,
of evil.
and
in
it's
this
kind of a
one.
play on
It's
it.
flipped on its
Came out
head.
after this.
It was like 12 years later.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
feel like I should watch that too now.
I know.
I mean,
See,
there's-
now you gotta have like.
I
both
will
sides
tell
of
you,
both
there
ends
is
here.
no sexual assault in that one. So
That's fine.
Wow.
So it's an easier recommend.
Well, so that's my rating. What do you give it, Cole?
4 stars.
4 out of 4.
It was really suspenseful. It kept me entertained. It's just wild, like the directorial choices he made. It just kept going. I haven't seen a Western like that in a while.
Cole likes to give high ratings to his picks. It's a thing.
I can't do 3.5 because you always say I do 3.5, so then I have to go with 4.
No,
One of
it's
those
good.
I'm
people-
screwed either way.
It's good. I'm just giving you crap.
Never get one of those people who never gives anything 4 stars, because once you've given a movie 4 stars,
Hey.
you don't need to see any more movies. So
But there's some movies where I can watch over and over again and still enjoy them every time.
If you slogged through my retrospective 3 episodes where we go through, because Sack Lunch said that I gave too many golden buckets. And I was vindicated, so pop off. All right, your review, Taylor.
a good amount of stars. I
Good
give it a
amount.
lot. It's like, again, I wouldn't say that it's like one of the like must see.
It's not a million trillion
It's
stars.
not a million trillion stars. It's not like but it is good.
It's a good amount of stars.
Yeah, if I would recommend it, like as far as like especially if you're looking like, okay, I want Westerns that aren't like that cheesy 50s stuff.
I want an actual gritty Western.
And I don't want like too much of the post Unforgiven revisionism. Yeah, I just like it's a good era for it. I think of like, yeah, this was 70s Westerns. Like the budget's not huge, but it's enough to tell the story.
But the story is the thing that
Yeah,
makes
and
it.
the story is
the acting's
interesting.
really
and,
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's what clinches it to be
It's a really-
better than
it's
it
like-
It's a really
is.
good Western
yeah.
stage
It's like
play.
you have like I mean, again, it's like it's parable. Like
Keeps you guessing.
Well,
You're
just like
what's
the-
happening.
the low production, but
Yeah.
like you're engrossed in the story. You don't notice that it's cheap plywood.
It's what Stephen King talks about when he says what like inspired him to write like the Dark Tower stuff was like the like spaghetti westerns is kind of like, and it like says like a fantasy, like it's kind of it's off on its own.
It's not real. It's not real.
And it suggests something else, and it's interesting for that. Because I mean, if it were just kind of like a Western, it's like it would be a lot different.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, any parting thoughts?
Clint Eastwood was the most attractive man, the most masculine man
We talked
who
about
ever
his
have
son,
existed.
who looks exactly like him.
Not enough. I feel like he's lesser. I mean, not as bad as Patrick Schwarzenegger. That is just
That's
that is-
half the man arm.
That is a tragedy that he has that scrawny. Like, what are you doing with your life?
Get big.
Hit the gym.
There's still muscles there.
But Clint Eastwood, what is his
Scott Eastwood.
Scott
Scott
Eastwood.
Eastwood.
He still looks like his dad.
Yeah.
He does. I think he should play into it more. He's always clean shaven.
He should
He
have
needs
stubble.
to stubble it up.
He needs to dirty it up.
He needs
it would
to
work
look
so much
more
better.
grizzled. He needs to do his hair like his dad. He needs to become his dad.
Exactly. I love that take, and that's a great way to stop this episode. Is
Agreed.
Scott? I know you're listening. Get some stubble.
Yeah.
Wise
Slick your
words
hair
were
back.
spoken
Doing
today.
those romantic comedy things.
Put
Get
on a
out of
cowboy
those.
hat. Get a 6-shooter.
Short hair.
Start doing violence.
Wear a bandana.
Yeah, maybe
Neckerchief.
get a mugshot or two.
Do a Dirty Harry ripoff where you're just like a terrible racist.
Remake Dirty Harry. That would be sick. A modern day Dirty Harry
Yeah.
from Scott.
Yeah.
You heard it
That's what
here,
we want.
Scott. Do it.
There's so many avenues.
It would just involve murderous AI or something dumb.
Yeah, it would be dumb. You can't make magic anymore.
No, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's it for this week, but I'm with you always. Please help me by sharing this. I'm really trying to get monetized through Spotify. It just takes a ton of downloads and lots of people listening. So if you could help me out, share it and like and subscribe. It'll help me get some monies for doing this. I appreciate it.
Get those Rogan bucks.
As always, many, many thanks for listening. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
That's sick, though. Was that like a Western harmonica?
No, it was the air horn. But thanks for listening. And you and the movies are why I do this. I also want to give a special thanks to my special guests, the old guys from the Muppet movies.
That's right.
Cole and Taylor. Thanks for coming back. And sorry it's been so long. I think we all have busy lives, but
I am Waldorf.
Yeah, we're
I can see that.
We're back, and it's not the end. We're gonna
Right.
keep going. Whose pick is it next time?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is it? Yeah.
it is yours.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man,
so
there's a lot of movies I've fallen behind on. So, all right.
here we go. Taylor's pick next. We'll leave that to be a mystery.
The Warcraft movie.
Hey, I'll watch it again.
I don't know that I could.
I know partly the story.
I started watching it just to have a reminder.
Oh man, the applause is gone. Remember, when you watch movies, you can pop in, pop out, or pop off. But when you do, always bring the popcorn. We'll see you guys next time.